JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 18th of November 2022. So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Friday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts just to see how everything is getting along. And before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, a quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFDbrokers.com website, which you can check out for more information about us, basically. So yeah, now then, guys, let's jump into the charts. So Nikkei 225 ended the week not as exciting as I was hoping it to do, but hey, you know, we always have to adapt to the way the markets perform. So I would say the best, most interesting day here was on Monday, but then the remaining days were just here, and the most important that it kind of stayed just bang on this area, my breakout area for the downside, and in a way, judging from this little pattern here, it seems like there could be a further continuation to the downside going into next week. Of course, keep your eyes on today's trading activity in Europe and the US, because if those decline, then maybe it could have its negative effect here on Nikkei as well, and we could see, you know, a move towards the this upside support line taken from the low of the 13th of October, or in other words, the lower side of the potential rising wedge pattern. So yeah, and as you know, according to all the TA rules, these patterns tend to break to the downside. So now then, in terms of the upside, certainly a push above that 28282 level. I need a nice move above it because it'll recently acted as a fantastic resistance, so a nice pop above it may attract more buyers into the game. Now Shanghai Composite, guys, very quickly on this one. Look, this one broke the upside line, and well, we did that on Thursday already, but we kind of remained above this hurdle, above this 3,100 level, and as you can see here, we are now dropping below it. Now, of course, the markets, the index still has around 50 something minutes left of trading, so let's see if we stay below this hurdle. If we do, then my next target is the 21-day EMA. For the upside, I need to see a push above this downside resistance line taken from the high of the 5th of July. Now, ASX 200, guys. This one's slowly grinding higher. I mean, in a way, I would say this is working out okay, because look, I said that if we push back above the 7,117 territory right here, I will kind of start aiming to the upside. I'm not saying that I'm getting very bullish or anything, because I will get a little bit more bullish if we do pop above this 7,177 right here. But at least we can start, you know, monitoring maybe some upside here, this level itself, and then yeah, further on. If we start falling back below the 7,717 territory, maybe we could see a further retracement towards this upside line. I'm still kind of sticking to that idea, but again, yeah, at the moment, it seems to be more positive than negative. However, we are at a tricky spot, so you know, there is still a good chance for this one to roll over and kind of, you know, move to the downside. The German index, DAX. Here we have an index which drifted lower yesterday, and look at this. This level right here, the 14,263. I talked about this level, and I said that if we fall and stay below it, then yes, I'll go lower. We did fall below it. We did move further south, but in a way, as you can see here, it kind of drifted back to the upside, back above that 14,263 territory. Now the cash index is sitting above this area. So, again, it's kind of causing us this little uncertainty, and like it's making our lives difficult to understand where it's going to go further. But let's simplify our lives by just examining the 14,440 level for the upside. So a nice good pop above this would confirm will confirm a forthcoming higher high, and this could lead to some further advances. Now for the downside, again, I will stick to the same level because it's somehow working, although yes, we pierced through it yesterday, but still, nevertheless, we climbed back above this, and if we do fall below that area again, then I'll aim for that 23.6% retracement on the Fibonacci. So, long story short, that's going to be my initial target. Again, this Fibonacci, you could actually draw it this way. I mean, then you have a bigger 23.6 retracement. So it depends on how you're going to draw this. So I'm kind of capturing the latest kind of drop, and then kind of after which we were rallying here. So that's why this 23.6 is still something of an interest for me. Nasdaq 100. So this one was interesting. Yesterday it opened lower, but managed to recover somewhat. It still wasn't enough to kind of end the day in positive territory, but still, look, I mean, it's a decent move here. What I said before, that if we do fall back below this so-called neckline, I will continue aiming to the downside. I'm not going to continue, but I'll aim to the downside. The cash index right now is sitting actually bang on that neckline. So in a way, I would say it's still a bit on a tricky side. So look, either way, if you're looking for some higher levels, still probably wait for a push above that psychological 12,000 mark, or above these two levels right here, the 12,025 and the 12,062. For the downside, I would say as long as it stays below this so-called neckline, then yes, there is hope for the bears still, and we could see this one sliding to the downside. S&P 500, looking at this picture here, beautiful drop below this 3,958 territory right here. I talked about this, and we then ended up testing the 100-day EMA, so that's all nice, fantastic. My next target was, and still is, if we remain below the 3,958 territory, is the 100-day EMA again, and then the lower side of the potential of this rising channel. The cash index right now is sitting at around 3,944. So basically, still below that. This hurdle right here. In a way, there is a good chance still for this one to move back to the downside. Now, in terms of the upside, probably I will. You know what? I'll keep an eye on the same level, actually, the 3,958. If we push through it and continue to trade above it, I'll aim for this 200-day EMA. DXY, the dollar index. So this one's did get a boost yesterday, but it was kind of short-lived. It seems like that, and we drifted back down. To be honest, I'm still kind of considering a move towards that 200-day EMA, maybe another test of it, maybe a decent one, maybe even a stronger break below this. So yeah, for me, for the upside, as I said before, I need to see a push at least somewhere above this 107.68 level. Gold. Gold did retrace nicely, beautifully, and look at how well basically this target of mine, the 200-day EMA, did act fantastically, and yeah, we We did we did retrace to that 200-day EMA. We even dropped slightly below it, and then we rebound. Then we rebounded. We're trying to make a move higher, but this 1765 territory is providing resistance right now, because previously I looked at it as support. Now it's resistance. Look, if I'm still going to stick to this idea here, as long as the price remains above the 200-day EMA. If we do that, then yes, there is potential for an upside. Now for the downside, and this is where I need to adjust my levels a little bit. For the downside, this is what I'm looking at, 1753. So it's near yesterday's low, and it's the low of the actually this week's low. There we go. This week's low. So a drop below the 1753 may attract more sellers into the game, and this could lead to a larger correction. And my favorite Fibonacci, let's quickly put this one on here. There we go. It could lead to a test of this 1746 territory, which is the 23.6% retracement here, or we could go all the way towards that 38.2, which is near that 100-day EMA and actually near the high of the 9th of November. So again, that's the game plan. As long as we stay above the 200-day EMA, I'm considering this move here with the curved up to the where the curved arrow to the upside. If we start falling below the 200-day EMA, I will consider a move towards the 23.6% retracement on the Fibonacci, and then we'll go from there. Silver. Also beautiful test of this 200-day EMA, beautiful rebound from it. Again, to be honest, similar story. Again, if we do fall below the 200-day EMA here, I'm going a little bit lower, but I don't have a specific level here. I'm actually going to aim for, well, I do like the psychological 20 level, but initially I'll aim for that 21-day EMA here, or even this 100-day EMA. Oh, and by the way, in terms of the levels here, the 21-day is roughly near the 20.55, and the 100-day EMA is near the 20.120. Yeah, 20.120. U.S. oil, WTI oil. So, we broke the lower side of the range. So, what's next? We stayed below it. That's most important. And to be honest, I'm leaning towards the downside here on this one. My next target is the 79.45, and if we clear that, then the 76.28. Simple as that. As long as we stay below the lower side of the of this range, I will continue aiming lower. If we climb above it, back inside this range, let's scrap the whole downside scenario again and let's start fresh, because maybe then at that point I would start looking at something like this. So the downside line, if we clear this, and yeah, we could go higher. So actually, you know what, I'm gonna actually start looking at this already. So if we do get a clear break through this downside line, I'll aim for the 100 and the 200-day EMAs. Of course, subject to the fact that if we climb also above the 21-day EMA as well here. But I think that the break could happen together with the with this downside, a break of this downside line. ETC USD. So it's something that I don't look at very often, but I do like to look at it sometimes. In general, the crypto market is tragic right now, but hey, it is part of the game. So look, I think we need to reestablish a few levels here. Let me just put this one. There we go. So for the downside, I need to see a drop below the 18 level here, because nice drop below this would confirm a forthcoming lower low. For the upside, now this is where the difficulties arise. I mean, first thing, I need to get rid of this. For the upside, maybe, again, this is not I'm not sure, but I think I will stick to the 22.17, because again, at the same time, we could get a nice push above the 21-day EMA as well, and it could open the door towards the 100 and the 200-day EMAs. So I'm gonna try to take it simple. look at it from the simplistic point of view, and yeah, I think it will be the best option here, given that the times in the crypto world right now are not the best ones. EURUSD. So very quickly jumping into a few pairs. Also beautiful test of this 100-day EMA. Look, I talked about this and I said that, hey, maybe a bit of retracement here could be possible. We got the retracement, we got a rebound. Now let's see if we can complete this. Now previously I've drawn my arrow like that, way too high. I think I need to lower it down a little bit and lower down my ambitions and aim for the 200-day EMA instead. So as long as we stay above the 100-day EMA, I'm going to aim for the 200-day EMA right here. For the downside, yes, another drop below the 100-day EMA may attract the sellers here, and we could see a move towards the 21-day EMA or even this 0.6547 territory. AUD NZD. So there we go, guys. There we go. Look at this flirt here with this downside line. I told you to keep an eye on this. I told you to stick to these two levels right here. Well, there we go. I mean, that's why I do like this pair. I mean, it's very, very technical. And so, yeah, great. I would say now I'm leaning more towards the downside because, again, we've broken the 1.0883 territory. This is confirming now a lower low. If it stays below it, I'll continue aiming to the downside towards the 1.0825. If it doesn't stay below this, well, that's going to be the problem. Again, then we could see maybe like a bit of a rebound here or something like that. Still, either way, for the upside for me, I need to see a push above that 1.10 territory, somewhere around here, guys. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. NZD CHF coming closer. There we go, coming closer to this downside line. And now the question here is, can we break it? Well, at the moment, I'm leaning towards the upside, of course. I mean, I'm kind of liking this structure here, but of course, cannot really get excited right now too much because, well, it still might not work out the way I want it to work out. Because maybe, for example, another thing for you to consider. Let me get rid of this channel. So, for example, if it does push higher right now, or should I say, if it does hold here near this downside line, and then it decides to reverse back down, and it goes lower, and it goes towards this hurdle here, the 0.5716, from where my downside scenario is, and then it rebounds from here, basically kind of forms a descending triangle, maybe, but again, that's just a bit of speculation here. So let's see if this is actually going to be the case, but that's why I'm not rushing into any upside, although I would like to see this going higher. But again, the confirmation break is required, so let's wait and see. USD CHF, this one, beautiful retracement of the 23.6, that's great. The question now here is, can we see a bit of a decline? So this is what I was considering, actually. So I said that if we continue to trade below the 23.6, I will aim to the downside again. I'll aim for the 0.9371 level or something like that, and then we'll go from there. USD CAD, we've broke the downside line, but to be honest, again, the downside line was very tentative, so maybe, you know, it doesn't carry too much weight. However, either way, I mean, my upside scenario is from around here. If we push above the 1.3409, I'll go a little bit to the upside. Still, there will be a lot of barriers here on the upside, like the 21-day EMA, like this other 1.3571 level. That's why, you know, maybe actually we can get rid of this downside line. I think it's going to be just a little bit in the way for us here, and we can stick to some of these levels, the 1.3208 area. If we drop below this, then I'll go towards that 200-day EMA. GBP USD. So I talked about this yesterday and said, hey, maybe this is a nice rising veg pattern forming here. Let's wait and see. At the moment, I'm kind of leaning more towards the upside, towards the upper side of this, potential rising veg pattern. If you know, because here also we have the 200-day EMA, so it could be a nice, very nice hit, a test of it, and then maybe a decline back down. GBP NZD, this one's still doing what I'm hoping it it's going to do. It's still holding below the 100 and the 200-day EMAs, actually the 21-day EMA as well. So below all of those EMAs here on my chart. And yeah, it's after, let's put it this way, after we had a decline, so we are now consolidating, the prevailing trend is to the downside. So basically this could be like just seen as a temporary pause before further continuation of the trend. That's just a typical TA rule here. Let's see if that's going to be the case, guys. I mean, again, I'm not rushing into anything. I'm leaning more towards the downside rather than the upside, because for the upside, I need to see a break of this downside line and a push above the 1.9555 level. EURUSD, this one's interesting as well. So I talked about this a while ago, and look, it worked out. So yeah, we're kind of, sorry, I have to correct myself here a little bit. It kind of worked out, because I mean, what I was hoping that is going to stay a little bit more nicely in this falling channel, but actually it kind of violated the one that I've drawn here, and I think that maybe I can redo this, something like that. No, I cannot redo it even this way. So yeah, I'll have to stick to what I have drawn previously. So long story short, in a way I would say it's kind of sitting in this channel still, falling channel. So yeah, and we got another hold up near the upper side of it. So what's next? I think we could go towards this 200-day EMA. In a way, if we do fall below the 100-day EMA only, then if we still remain somewhere here, I'm just gonna remain cautiously bearish, because again, this 100-day EMA somehow it's providing good support. So in order to go lower, a break of it is required. Euro GBP. So okay, this one's quite interesting, and look at this. I mean, we are now trying to make our way lower here. Again, look, yesterday I talked about this and I said that, hey, maybe we're seeing something like a hold up here. Look, it seems like it seems to be forming a descending triangle, and also this 21-day EMA is doing a nice job here, currently providing support. But if it breaks, I mean, this could lead to some lower levels, like a move towards the 100-day EMA right here. At the moment, for me, this is looking quite bearish. However, confirmation break is still required, because look at this. We've tested the 0.8709 level again, and once again, it provided support. So I need that confirmation break here in order to go lower. And finally, EURUSD. So this one's, yeah, not the most exciting one right now, but hey, could be quite interesting later on. So look, I'm still sticking to my downside scenario from this 1.0271. A nice good drop below it may lead to a test of the 100 and the 21-day EMAs. For the upside, I need to see a good strong move above this 200-day EMA, and then I'll go higher. At this point, I am just observing the price action. So guys, that's it for this session. It was a quick one, just a quick recap of some of the instruments, some new ones. So yeah, guys, I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I really hope you're gonna, stay calm, stay careful today. Today's Friday, last trading day of this week. So, don't overtrade. And if it's not going, just keep it. Just leave it as it is. And there's always Monday. But I hope you'll have a fantastic weekend, guys. And I'll see you on Monday. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.